Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, good. Am I still hearable? Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So far, so good. You haven't done a podcast in almost a fucking week, so. Alright. I'm going to start this bitch up. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. But today, we're doing a review for Justice League's Snyder Cut. Because the Snyder Cut is amazing. And it is a great movie. It is so fantastic that, no, I'm not. It's lying. This is Alfred here, followed by his trusty review partner.
The greatest of all time.
No, he's not the greatest of all time. No, okay. You better set your name.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck you, dog. Anywho.
Martha.
So, how was your day, sir?
Well, it was very interesting. It was an interesting day. I'll leave it at that.
Why do you say that?
Because I can't believe they've done this. That's why.
You talk about the Snyder Cut?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, of course we're gonna start off by talking about this, and I'm gonna say this now. It's going to have spoilers in it. I would put a trailer and put the trailer on silent again, but last time that happened, they tried to, of course, copyright the video, even though it was a trailer that was public domain, and I don't feel like really having it. So I'm just gonna have Batman Arkham Asylum gameplay in the background. Arkham City. I'm so sorry. I'm dumb. Anywho.
Hi, dumb. I'm glad.
What?
What?
What? What are you doing right now?
I didn't do anything.
Sounds like you're trying to get your punched in the dick.
No.
Anywho, so like I said, spoilers. If anybody doesn't want spoilers for the movie, I suggest you get the fuck out of here now. We're going to talk about this fucking movie in detail. We're not going to... This podcast may be 4 hours. What? It is about to be 4 hours, bro.
We gon' No.
Why wouldn't it be 4 hours? Galactic. It needs to be 4 hours. It's a 4-hour movie, bro.
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
You got time for it, bro. It's a 4-hour epic of epicness, of epic proportions.
It was alright.
Yeah. Anywho, let's start off with, because you wanted to do it by chapter basis. Good God.
Best way to do it. Best way to handle it.
Let's start off with the prologue. The prologue starts off in this movie 110% different. With people not missing Superman. Just a lot of people just... life moved on, and it starts off with Superman screaming for some reason. What was he screaming about? I don't know. Wait, what was that? That was when he died?
That was his death yelp that everyone was hearing from across the world.
What? That's not how he died in Batman vs Superman.
It is.
Didn't he get stabbed?
So it started, if you watch the beginning of Snyder Cut, it picks up the intro picks up exactly when he got stabbed.
Why was Flash and Cyborg there?
They weren't.
At the beginning, weren't they there?
No, it was just Batman and Diana.
I'm very confused.
And then it showed everyone elsewhere in the world, but the shockwave of Superman's death could be heard around the world, which is what Zach was trying to portray, I think. But it just came off weird because of the slow mo and it should just have been one continuous yelp and then
everybody should have heard it.
Cuts.
Yeah, a bunch of cuts. But that scene was in slow mo. So I'm gonna say this now, right? Fucking those scenes, or first of all, I forgot to put this at the beginning. I'm gonna have positives and negatives, right? First positive and first negative is the 4-hour length. Second negative right now is the slow mo in this movie was fucking atrocious in some scenes. That was one of them. It almost, and I'm not kidding to you, made me fast forward the fucking movie at the beginning. Made me tap the fast forward. Almost, if it had went on any longer, I would have said tap fast forward. Like, I don't need to watch all this. But why is this in slow mo?
Yeah, the intro was 9 minutes.
Yep, it was 9 fucking minutes. Nothing happened but a scream.
And it basically, that first 9 minutes was, if you want to think about it, you were still watching Batman vs Superman. That first 9 minutes.
Yeah, but I swear in the beginning of the movie you saw other heroes.
You did, but they weren't on the battlefield with them. They were just it cut to different places, and when the shockwave hit them, and so it cut to everyone else. But
okay,
they weren't on the battlefield necessarily. Yeah.
Okay, because I was confused. I was like, did it cut something? Am I tripping? Okay, that makes more sense now that you explain it to me. Which that does make the beginning better. It's just I said it. I'll say it again. That slow mo was just homo. Get it?
Oh,
get it?
We're already canceled. Amazing.
We've been canceled for the Japanese prison rape jokes. I'm pretty sure we're okay.
I don't know why you would
bring up the Japanese prison rape.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, this podcast is for children. And as I say. So neither was this Snyder Cut. This Snyder Cut is not made for children. It is
rated R.
It is rated. It's swear to God, if your kids are watching this, you're an idiot. This ain't your Marvel movie.
Just let your child watch Wonder Woman murder someone.
Yeah. Okay, I rewatched. Blood. Yeah, I rewatched the scene just now. Yeah, it was when he got stabbed by Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Lois is there. After she did her retarded stint of putting the joint in the water and then go pick it up after she heard somebody say, and I quote, "We need that stab." You know what? Let's not talk about BVS right now. We're talking about Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Okay? And I'm even read back at the opening. Yeah, you're right. Is when he got stabbed. I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't paying attention. Moving on. Yes, and I do like the fact that they picked up where it left off, kind of like how BVS picked up where Man of Steel left off, And that's one thing I am going to give Snyder credit for. That is, picking up where movies left off, because he knows how to do that, because he knows what he did, versus other directors who for some reason forget what they ended a movie with. And sometimes change your shit, which, happens often. Trust me. Even in the Marvel universe. But,
yeah. So, right after the intro, we have Chapter 1, or Part 1, with Batman. Because it's Batman.
Yeah, don't count on it. Batman was the name of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one where we have Batman visit Arthur.
Yeah, he visits
AKA Aquaman.
Yeah, he visits Aquaman, and automatically the scene was better. Simply because the lighting was better. There were no visible obvious cuts to him not having a beard to having a beard to not having a beard, which is very good in my standard for you to actually do it correctly. And then there is the fact that, I don't know, he offered a solid set of money. Then he went up, and I was like, oh crap, he's actually negotiating prices. And the man took this man's money. And, but some of those the dialogue was slightly altered, but it was the same. And I do like the fact that it was more cohesive in the scene. And they showed that Batman could speak other languages, because I know Batman could speak other languages. It was a bunch of stuff that I was just like, oh, to see it's more nuanced. One thing I did say was creepy, and I don't know if you noticed this, but the people that was singing, the lady picked that man's shirt up and sniffed it.
Well, Aquaman shirt, yeah.
Yeah, that was just stalkery.
What I feel like, I mean, he didn't explain that, and how we feel about putting words in the movie's mouth, but I kind of feel like they kind of worship him because they already know he comes out the water type shit. I feel like that's what that was, but then again, it wasn't explained, so we're just gonna call that weird.
Yeah, and I understand, right? I get it, I understand, but we've already had this conversation. We don't explain for movies here. We're not a movie explanation company. We are a bunch of critics on the internet that, we didn't write the movie. And that, regardless of what they say, was fucking odd. Yes, you can kind of imply that they worship him, but that was just fucking weird. And if I was Batman, I would have been like, what are you doing, man? He's a god. I don't care if you think he's a god. You just picked up a grown man's shirt, sniffed it, and then continued singing. Like, what?
Maybe he got up in the coochie. I don't know what's going on.
Dog, regardless, like, bro, you just picked up his shirt, sniffed it, and continued up on your dirge singing, whatever the fuck you call it, son. That was creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was just weird. But I was like, alright, cool. He's going to end up with the fish lady. Anyway, so yeah. Next thing. Mm-hmm. He went after... Who else did he go after? Oh, yeah, he went for The Flash.
The Flash.
Which was...
I think that was after... Yeah. Did he go straight for... Yeah, he went straight for The Flash.
He went straight for The Flash, which, not going to lie, that was the same scene from the original. Just about.
It's just the only thing is in between we got this scene where the Flash was applying for a job and he saw Iris. He saved her life.
All right, now that you bring that up, we got to talk about the Iris West thing that they cut out.
Yeah.
First things first, when him and Iris passed each other and just started staring at each other, I was super fucking confused. I was like, "Do you guys know each other?" Okay, this is getting a little creepy, don't you think? Just a tinge.
They don't. So I think that one is, and I'm pretty sure that one is, easy to understand. I think, because the Flash and Iris, that's his love interest. So I think that's what they're trying to do. But also, this Flash is supposed to be very awkward, so that's why it was kind of like that.
Yeah, and I got it, right? Now, my problem with this scene, and it doesn't come from the fact that this man was wearing shoes to an interview, and he popped his shoes. Yeah, I get it.
That's normal.
Yeah, I get it. I did it, right? And I was like, okay. It was the fact that when she was in midair, her face went straight. And I was like, okay. That's not how that works. Her face is not just straight. It wasn't straight before. She was obviously making a panic face. The thing that fucking creeped me out is what he was doing. Funny enough, grabbed the hot dog. I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. Then he looks at her, he stares at her, and brushes her hair to the side, grabs her finally, slightly moves, put her down, I wouldn't have been surprised if he grabbed her boob. I was like, yo, are you understanding that you're being a little creepy right now, don't you think? Just a little bit creepy. Right?
Yeah.
He puts her down, stares at her, speeds the fuck off, ends up in the dog pen. And I was just like, Barry, I don't get what you say right now. That was some stalker shit, my dude.
Yeah, he's an odd boy.
Yeah. But and I get how he's odd. I get how he's awkward. I get that. But that was not awkward. That was just fucking stalkerish. Like he blatantly just like moved her hair out the way. Then he started making out with her. I would have been like, yeah, Zack Snyder. There's a reason this got cut out, and I can see why it got cut out regardless. But I was like, all right, but
I mean, I think it works. Just maybe if he had just caught her, and that was that. But
yeah,
he added a little bit too much. That scene was in slow mo for a good.
Yeah, that was about to say that. That scene was also in slow mo, which was very annoying. Okay, that scene was only annoying mainly because of the slow mo and the creepiness. To everything else, first of all, I don't think that truck driver should ever have a job. If a hamburger
boy dropped a burger and then was just cruising down the street,
like, bruh, what in the hell is the problem of slowing your ass down, putting on your hazards, getting your burger, which you couldn't eat anymore because it fell on the goddamn floor, pick it up, toss it out, go and get another burger. But nope, this idiot wanted to cause fucking car accidents for a burger. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Hey man, you're hungry as a truck driver, bro. Needs his burger.
Bro,
Didn't need that.
Bruh, that didn't even make sense.
Man, does it have to make sense? It's the Snyder Cut.
Whatever, bro. Like that man, like I said, he almost fucking killed everybody for a burger. And if I was like his boss, he would have got fired and never been able to work in the trucking business again. Why not? Well, this man almost killed a bunch of people for a fucking burger. And he actually damaged this lady's car, which he has to pay for with insurance. Whatever. Let's not go into that. But yes, that guy lost his hot dog stand, and Iris lost her car. And also got fondled in midair while landing. And then he proceeds to show her his super speed.
Well,
and I was
what was he supposed to do at that moment? Because there's no way she'd be alive, and then this man was just standing over her. Like, impossible. So, yeah. But then I feel like that's why he ran off like that, because he's like, oh shit, well, cat's out the bag. We had just ended on the splash scene. We're moving on.
Okay. Yeah. So, we ended the flash scene, of course. Then it moves on. What else happens after the flash scene exactly?
Jeez, you're asking me to remember a lot there, buddy. Through the Flash, don't count on it, Batman. What happened? Didn't we move into like the Amazons, or did we get the Wonder Woman scene after that, or am I tripping?
Oh, we can move on to the Wonder Woman, the Amazons. Now, the United States of America. So now, first, let's talk about him. Let's talk about Steppenwolf. From now on, the Steppenwolf in this movie shall be hereby regarded as PS5 Wolf, while the old Steppenwolf shall be called PS2 Wolf. Okay? That's how different to me they are. Because they are not the same people. Okay? The Steppenwolf from the old movie, I don't know who that was, Chief. Do you know who that was? That guy, that old guy, huh?
That was Steppenwolf.
Yeah, that was Steppenwolf, bro. The guy that was in that old movie, literally was mainly about, hey, I want you to, I want to get these mother boxes, mother, and then they slightly implied that yes, he works for the main bad guy, which is Darkseid. They slightly implied it.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, they actually made it known, which was great. After they did this, I feel it. What are you for? What are you doing that for? That's gay. You're gay. Anywho, the Steppenwolf in this movie, this Steppenwolf was so much better and so evil in what he was doing. Not only was his armor better, his helmet was, everything about the Steppenwolf was better. The axe, everything. I also like the fact that this man was more savage and more brutal than what we got before. He visually killed a lot of those Amazons and a lot of those Atlanteans. Visibly killed. When that man was outside racing for the stupid mother box for those Amazons, first of all, a couple of them Amazons deserve an honorable mention for their lives. They got thrown away because of some nonsense, and he clearly killed a few of them. Clearly, like the one that threw the box with the arrow, and he was coming down with axe from hell, and fucking all you saw was the electric, and then they cut away before you saw the murder. But she's dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But what fucked me up is when this man got strapped up to all the horses, and he got released from those horses and picked up a horse and threw it at an Amazon, which was completely fucked up in my book. I was like, this man just picked up a horse and threw it, bro? For what reasons? What kind of savagery is this? Apparently, he is savage enough to throw a horse at a person. I didn't know that was a thing until I watched this damn movie. Like, after I watched the movie and I realized, hey, maybe not do that. So no. Yeah, he was more savage.
He's not.
You said what?
I'm saying, yeah, Stephen was no pushover.
Yeah, he was definitely no pushover. He was definitely great. He was a lot better than the original, especially when it came to the scene of the Amazons. Thing that did blow me is when the Amazon Queen was walking out and it was in slow fucking motion for her to walk like 3 feet, which was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused. They should have just kept it on an extreme close-up. That would have been fine.
That would have been fine, but instead they did the thing.
She turned around and walk away.
Yeah, 3 feet, and it did not. It was really annoying when it did that. That was one of those instances of slow motion, especially when Wonder Woman threw the briefcase. First of all, we'll talk about that next, actually. So yeah, the Steppenwolf so far, I was more impressed with his evil. His armor was a lot better, and we'll get to the ending. But yeah, so far he was a much better villain. He made more sense that he was just banished from Darkseid's planet because he was an asshole. Yeah.
Well, I think they said something about him betraying Darkseid.
Yeah, he did.
He tried to come for his throne.
Yeah.
Stupid Steppenwolf.
Yeah. So Steppenwolf was more, and I genuinely can say this. He was more badass. In the other movie, I didn't like Steppenwolf, and he was very ugly to look at, and he looked like he wanted to. And I'm sorry, I have to say this. He really looked like he wanted to fuck the mother boxes. I'm sorry, he really did look like he wanted to fuck them. Mother mother boxes. Oh. Don't be surprised if you heard this man go, mother boxes. You would have probably been like, this movie has gone from a 6 to a 0 because of Steppenwolf masturbating to the mother boxes. Would you?
No. No.
Are you serious? You think I'm just come on, man. You know I'm right.
Nope.
You know I'm right.
No.
The old Steppenwolf was just a little fucking weird, don't you think?
He was weird, but I don't know what this nonsense you're speaking of is with the
masturbation. That's what he did. He was just like, mother.
No. Superman was like Martha. And Batman was like, why did you say that name?
But yes, so when this Steppenwolf was like, for the great one, Darkseid, I was like, why wasn't he saying that earlier? But any more thoughts about Steppenwolf before? Let's not spoil the rest of Steppenwolf. Let's just keep it here for now. We will put a pin in the Steppenwolf.
That boy got a strong ass chin.
He got a great chin. So does Darkseid.
That boy got a strong chin.
Yeah, Darkseid had a fucking chin. You know?
Darkseid got the wholeness. Okay, Darkseid, what?
Yeah, chin his wife.
I wish they made in the flashback that damn kind of telling of Darkseid's story. I wish they put a cheeky little line in there and Darkseid was like, you should have hanged for the head. It would have been funny.
That would have been funny. Darkseid, you should have aimed for the head. Da, 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 da. Hey, yo, fuck out of here. That would have been stupid funny.
And he just starts transforming into Thanos.
Yep, that would have been fucking hilarious. Yeah, thankfully, yeah. So Steppenwolf was a vast improvement. If I was to give the old Steppenwolf a grade, he got a E because he was a shitty villain. New Steppenwolf, I was like, you said what?
Isn't he the PlayStation 2 Steppenwolf?
Yeah, PS2 Wolf, man. The PS2 Wolf looked like a very bad game from my childhood on PS2. If anybody who's listening to this knows of a game called Go Die, I will give you $20 to hit me up and be like, I remember that game when you were, and you actually guess right and tell me correctly. I'll give you $20 right then and there. Not anybody in this podcast, because that would be bullshit. Next thing, Wonder Woman's introduction scene. Let's talk about a little bit of the differences there. First things first. Her wrapping the rope around the guy and figuring out that they weren't robbing the bank, they were going to kill everybody to make a statement. Why did they cut that out the movie? Because if you remember in the original one, they didn't have that scene. So it made them look like idiots when they were still standing in front of the bomb. And remember what I said. If the movie didn't explain it, how the fuck am I supposed to know? So, when the movie didn't explain shit to me, and next thing you know, this dude is trying to commit suicide with a bomb, I'm confused. Second, I didn't know Wonder Woman was into killing people because multiple people are dead or crippled for life.
Skipping to the end of the sequence when she clapped that wrist, you know, she said Wakanda forever. She deleted that man.
Oh, damn.
That man disintegrated.
That man got deleted. Gone. She did the X gonna give it to you. Cling.
She express shipped him to the Zeus.
Yeah, she express shipped him to the Shadow Realm, my dude.
Oh no, the Shadow Realm. Dog, not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dog, she was like, I placed this card in defense mode, and then placed this card in attack mode to take all your life points. And he was like, ah! No, she said, I summoned Exodia. He was like, not Exodia! Ah! And next thing you know, he dissipated. First of all, I have a few things about the let's talk about the negatives on this scene. First of all, when she threw the briefcase, right? Why did they slow-mo that? And then you look at the original one when they didn't slow-mo it. I was like, oh shit, I like the original's version of them not slow-motioning the briefcase throw. Okay. Great. Let's rewind that a little bit. The leader of the thing. First of all, his tactics to walk past the bank. I honestly, the security guard, the guy that was there, was a fucking idiot. Okay?
He clearly had a gun in his hand.
He clearly had a... First of all, the security guard was looking at the van because he saw it. Saw this guy with a briefcase walk out of the van, tap the side of the van, which was weird because the guy tapped the side of the van in front of the bank guard or whatever guard. Walked up, walked past him. Then the guard see these men with guns, decides to try to put them as a threat, and decides and gets shot in the back of the head. So in my mind, I was like, why didn't you see them before? You saw the same guy. You should have been running inside when he was about to even run past you. What are you doing? Okay. Cool.
That man was daydreaming about Wonder Woman. So.
All right, cool. He saw her on the rooftops. Okay.
Yep.
Right, cool. He saw Wonder Woman on the rooftops. Yeah.
He was daydreaming.
Yeah,
no, he didn't see her, but yeah, he was daydreaming.
I know he didn't see her on the rooftop, and I'm clearly being sarcastic. So moving on. After this, she wraps the dude up, which, great scene to add because it probably puts context of what the fuck they were doing, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, cool. They're terrorists. They were gonna blow up everybody up. They're not robbing anything. Okay, cool. Then she fucking Sonic the Hedgehog through the door and fucks all of those people up. Good so far for me. Then the leader, as she grabs the briefcase, jumps through the roof, takes his silenced pistol, and starts shooting at the hole. And this is in both scenes of the movie.
Why he tried to shoot her in the cheek.
He tried to shoot her, and he wasn't missed.
He tried to shoot the woman that just blocked like all of your bullets with her wrists.
Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying this.
Put a hole through the roof.
She just jumped and put a hole through the roof. She's already cleared the hole. What are you shooting at? That would be like... That reminds me of a specific scene. There's a little movie called Superman Returns. I'm sorry. Where a gentleman is aiming a Gallic gun. What am I talking about? Dragon Ball now? He's aiming a Gatling gun at Superman and shooting him. And it is not working. So, after he runs out of bullets, takes a fucking Magnum, loads it up, cocks it back, aims at Superman's eye and shoots. And nothing happens. And I was...
It's worth a try. I don't know.
No.
All the goons, all the goons in DC just be shooting at these people that they know goddamn well that they can't shoot at. Wonder Woman?
Dog, hold up, son. After he shoots Superman in the eye, he visibly gets shocked that did not work. And you go, if the Gatling gun didn't work, what makes you think this stupid gun worked? So when he started shooting at the hole, I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Sorry.
I mean, there's nothing else you can do, man.
What the fuck? Alright.
It looks dumb. Oh, in his head, he was like, damn, okay. She going straight up, let me put... Even though you should never shoot a gun straight up, because it's just not going to do anything for you. But,
okay. So this idiot shoots his gun straight up, fails at life, puts his gun down, goes to go pick up the assault rifle, has it in a single shot, aims and fires, and gets blocked by Wonder Woman.
who
Witness.
does not have X-ray vision, so somehow she knew he was about to pull the trigger.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was about to say. But okay, and realistically, let's put some realistic stank on it real quick. Realistically, Galactic, if you was about to shoot somebody and somebody blocked the bullet from Mach speeds, would you continue to try to shoot, or would you put the fucking gun down and give up?
Nah, man. I'm just gonna be like, God damn. Well, if I give up, I'm gonna get my ass beaten. If I don't stop pulling the trigger, so maybe, just maybe, I might do a little something.
I don't think Wonder Woman's the type to just attack you if you go, all right, I give up. I don't think she is.
Nah.
I think she's the type of attack you if you continuously do shit. Like, I don't know, shoot at innocent people. But
that is true. My thing is, at the end of the day, if you were to even manage to kill one of them children, she'd just bring you up to space. Jump you. Like, I would never piss off a Wonder Woman or a Superman or a Wolverine. Imagine pissing off Wolverine.
yeah.
Like, it's not going to end well for you.
And you're pissing him off, which requires you to either get to the point where you can hurt him or someone around him.
Like, he was already going to hurt you.
Yeah, right? So,
but now you hurt something.
I mean, because Wolverine, sometimes he can fight without his claws. I mean, he doesn't have to hit you with his claws. But if you're trying to shoot kids and he's blocking the bullets for these people, right? He's going to kill you easily. But we're talking about the honorable Wonder Woman here. Now,
Wonder Woman be beating people's cheeks no matter what. Bro.
Yeah, dog. But if they go, I give up, she's not going to beat your ass. She's honorable like that. And I know that she is. Right?
She is.
Right? You're like, okay. Why this man continues to swipe his gun from single bullet to full 30 bursts and start firing on the crowd.
He was like, somebody got to die today. I ain't put all this work and effort into just for nobody to die, so somebody got to die.
Cool, right? So when this idiot is shooting and Wonder Woman is blocking bullets and moving and looking at him and blocking bullets, mind you, I like how the Snyder Cut had her move the guy's head over, and how she actually got hit with a bullet made it more impactful, that she didn't catch all of them, but she's willing to put her body on the line to save lives, which was better when she was ting 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 ting. Now, if I was the gentleman and I said brrr, and saw her block the bullets and she was moving with the gun and the bullets, I would have put the gun down and just laid down and pretend like she hit me, son. I'm sorry. It's just me, son. I would have said, you know what, I don't even like these guys. Now, I have a question for you, Galactic. What did she prevent from happening?
Oh, well, she was supposed to stop the bomb.
From doing what?
And from blowing up and the deaths of other people, which she successfully did when she threw the bomb.
Yeah. What did she do to the gentleman?
She clapped her wrist.
And what happened to the bank after she clapped her wrist?
She blew up part of the bank.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Even though the bomb was supposed to set off not just the bank, but like multiple city blocks, but however, she still clapped her wrist and fucked the bank up.
Exactly. Second, why is a school taking a field trip to a bank?
What? Wait a damn minute. Was it a bank or was it a museum?
It was a bank.
Are you sure it wasn't a museum?
'Twas a bank, my niggas.
I'm going to have to look this up.
We are going to have to look it up. I swear it was a bank.
I feel like you're right, but I just want to double check.
Hey, man, every time we go through this, and it's always Wonder Woman related. Every time. Every single time.
This has to be.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna assume
You're checking right now, huh?
Hmm.
Hey, if we're wrong, we're wrong. Or if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I'll look it up. We can.
Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. They took a field trip. Yeah, like, okay. So Wonder Woman, she did a lot of property damage, and if that was an ancient building or museum or whatever, she still did a lot of property damage.
Well, it was a bank.
It was a bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So now my next question. It goes back to the regarding question. Why was a class taking a trip to a bank?
Hey man, they just needed to learn how money works. Bro.
Okay. Now my next question. Um, why does the Smithsonian have a fully fueled jet in the Smithsonian?
I think that's just not related to. It's not
I don't know, but that's the same type of question I have. Why are they taking a field trip to a bank? And why is there a fully fueled jet in the Smithsonian? Why are these questions never answered, Galactic? Why are these questions never answered? Please.
I don't know.
They're never gonna get answered, are they?
Nope. I feel like there's something we're missing, like this is some famous national bank or some shit, but it's still funny.
Okay, even if it's a famous national bank, which the movie didn't say shit, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You've graduated high school, right?
Yes, I've never taken a field trip to a bank.
You've never taken a field trip to a bank. Hold up.
Even though these kids
Hold up, son.
were definitely middle school.
Yeah, I know. Spirit, my love, have you ever taken a field trip to a bank? Huh. Gus, you ever taken a field trip to a bank?
Hey, man.
I was just asking him. He gave me that look like, the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. So, even if they're middle schools, they were in a fucking bank, and it was taking a field trip in a bank. I've asked everybody if they take a field trip to the bank, and a lot of people surprisingly said no. Putting that out there, Galactic. Let's put it out there. Moving the fuck on before let's go. It was great. Some of the scenes they added in that scene, it also was obviously better for me than it was in the original, which is great. Moving on. What was next?
We need to do the Cyborg introduction.
Cyborg's introduction in this movie. Right? There are two things. There is a big negative, and there are multiple positives. First things first. This time I'm going to start with the positives. I actually enjoyed him actually having some fucking backstory. Because in the original, he ain't have a reason to be there. And he was sulky to his dad for zero reasoning. And it was like, okay.
This 1000% could have been called Cyborg the movie.
Yes. Or, to just give Cyborg his own fucking movie. Right? Great. I like it. Right? He had an emotional arc in the movie, which is better than the fucking original joint where he had no arc in the movie and he was pointless. Like he didn't develop nor did Aquaman. Unfortunately, Aquaman still didn't get no proper development in the movie, but he has his own movie for that, so we're fine with that. For Cyborg, he finally got a development, and he finally got, to improve. Kind of wish they still didn't use all CG for him. I wish they actually used, a guy in a suit, which would have looked better to me. But, man, right? You're like, okay, he actually has an emotional arc. But during his flashback, when he was playing football, did they really have to use 50% slow-mo on his flashback?
Well, I think the scene looked cool. They didn't need to slow down the. Well, actually,
cool.
probably should.
It looked cool. They did not.
That's one of the ones they needed to have.
Hello?
Yeah, I was saying that's one of the ones they kind of needed to have, though.
For what?
Well, without the football scene, there is no development for Cyborg at all.
So the football scene, right? You're like, okay, he's running, and when he's about to get tackled, it's a slow-mo, right? That part makes sense. But that's not what they did. It was the whole football scene was in slow-mo. You could have did that. Like, he was just running.
Yeah, or him running all the way down the field.
Yes. It was a slow-mo.
Yeah.
So here's what you should have did. Say he was running normal speed, and when somebody tried to tackle him, he dodged them, slow-mo, zoom in. Easy. Right? I wouldn't have complained if the scene wasn't in almost all slow-mo. Oh, man, he's looking for his dad, slow-mo. The fuck do you need to slow-mo that for? Was that necessary? Okay, cool. Fucking the car crash happens. Okay.
On the website chiropractor.oviedo.com, they say your car collides with another object.
Okay.
That's weird. My Google activated. It's fucking weird. Don't worry about it. My Google Home fucked me up. Right? You're like, okay, cool. There's a car accident. They didn't slow-mo it, but they did the cutout thing. Alright, fine. But other than that, like I said, I understood more of his motivations and how he hated his dad. But, I understand it. I get it. And I like what he did. How this man has access to everything. And he helped that lady with her bank account and all that good stuff. And he saved her life. I get it. I understand. My problem is, whose money did he just steal to put in his lady's bank account, and that might cause her issues in the future?
And we don't ask these questions, okay?
Okay, cool. That's a nitpick. That's not legitimately not like a negative for me in this movie. It's a legitimate nitpick. It's just a small nitpick. Don't worry about it. Like I was saying, it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool to finally see this man grow. It was weird for Aquaman to... okay, so I got a question. Aquaman, the trident that he had in the movie, was it the trident that he had in this movie?
No.
Okay.
So, to explain Aquaman real quick for you, the trident that he gets in the actual Aquaman movie is his trident, where he can actually use to command the waves.
Yeah.
That's like the trident. The one that they gave him in this movie is his mother's trident, and it's not as powerful, and it doesn't have half the abilities. In fact, you did see his trident, the real trident in the movie, and during the flashback, the King of Atlantis had it. The golden one.
Okay.
Which is why it kind of makes sense for Aquaman to get bitched. Because if he doesn't have his trident, I mean, Aquaman's no pushover. Like, Aquaman can throw hands, but still. Yeah. Tired of people hating on Aquaman. Like, what he gonna do? Talk to fish? He will box you too.
I mean, after the Justice Friends, he got made fun of, and then they finally fixed him in the Golden Years. But we're not here to talk about the Golden Years of comic books when they fixed Aquaman. We're talking about right now, and when they almost fucking... I was very confused on why he had to work for his trident that he already had, which you just explained that's not what he already had. You know what I mean? So now that you've
Yeah,
explained it,
it's meant to be.
yeah, now that you
Yeah.
explained it, I understand that, because I was more confused. I was like, why are you fighting for a trident that you clearly already had if it's your trident? You know what I mean? So now that you explain it, I get it.
Yeah, if you if you watch the scene where he gets the trident in this one, he's like, "Oh, take your mother's trident. It's time." Blah 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 blah. But it's not the trident.
Okay.
Now, if you had to pick someone you didn't like in the movie the most, who are you picking?
Lois Lane.
Okay, besides Lois, no one ever likes Lois Lane.
Uh, um,
Never heard anyone say, "I like Lois Lane." It's not her thing.
I mean,
In anything she's in, she's not meant to be liked.
the cartoon did it properly.
No, even in the cartoon, you didn't like. Do you remember? Were you there when we were watching it? Superman, look at me, Lois. I am Superman. All he did was take off the glass.
No, not that dumbass cartoon. The original cartoon, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. But no, it was a good cartoon. It's just that scene was stupid. Oh, but that fucking reveal always happens. Mm-mm-mm.
You stupid, yo.
So you're having a hard time picking, huh?
Yeah. Who was your worst character in the movie?
Okay, so hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. And it's not necessarily worse, it's just one that I didn't like. Because I feel like all the characters did their thing. They were all kind of necessary.
Yeah.
Well, outside of Martian Manhunter. Well, I kind of want to exclude him because he...
Hold up. Pause on that for a second. So that guy...
Yeah.
From all those goddamn movies, especially during Man of Steel, especially when he crashed the goddamn satellite in front of him and asked him if he was effing stupid, is the Martian Manhunter. I'm going to punch somebody in the dick.
Here's the thing. Martian Manhunter... Yes, it was Martian Manhunter. But normally in DC, whenever they do Martin Manhunter and they're introducing him, he's always there. It's always like, oh, he's been there this whole time, but he just, chooses not to reveal himself until like the Justice League defend the Earth properly the first time, X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah. So just exactly what he did at the end of the movie is what Martian Manhunter does a lot of the time. He just shows up out of the cut. Like, hey, I see what you guys did there. I'm trying to help.
So why didn't...
It depends on which version of him.
Okay, so now my next question is I'm gonna blow your mind. He was there during the Man of Steel situation. Why wasn't he helping out?
He was, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just explained to you.
Continue. Why didn't he help out? He watched millions of fucking... Alright, continue. Your most hated character, please. Let's not open this can of worms. Don't open it. Just leave it closed. Leave it closed.
Outside of the Martian Manhunter, which was useless, he should have just showed up at the very end and revealed himself. But that's something we can talk about.
They should not have revealed a Martian Manhunter who he really was at all, because it only made me go, motherfucker, you dumb mother. I almost cussed out my phone. Cussed him out. Okay. So, the character out of all the characters that I personally just didn't like, and it's nothing personal, I just didn't like Cyborg, even though I'm not saying he was bad in the movie, I just didn't like him. Why? What was your... Why?
I don't know, man. It just seemed very... How do I put this? It's just not the Cyborg I'm used to. Cyborg's, he's supposed to be upbeat. And I know that's after the fact, and this is before he gets all that, cherry side to him, which you saw towards the end. I don't know if you noticed, he got a little bit more happy with the Flash. And, that's the Cyborg, that's how Cyborg's supposed to be. But like I don't know, in the beginning parts of the movie where he was just like that man when we first saw him, he was just standing in the corner. Like I was like, if you don't get this emo kid off my screen, bro.
Yeah, I mean, even in the cartoon movie
There's
when he
nobody
started
else.
off, he was fucked up until he started upbeating and he started getting better. And then even like by the time of
Yeah,
Justice
yeah.
League, what was the name of that? Apocalypse. Justice League Apocalypse. He was upbeat, but you know, Darkseid destroyed everything. So that's a little different.
That's facts, and that's what I'm saying. It's not necessary. I feel like every character is they actually all did a solid job. Like even Ernst Miller, I know a lot of people are hating. Oh, he's not the Flash. He did a really good Flash. A decent Barry Allen. Barry Allen's supposed to be quirky and weird. He could have done it a little better, in my opinion.
And ran better. I hate the way he runs.
Yeah. Like I said, the Flash could have been a little bit better, but I feel like he also runs that way because he's weird, and he hasn't done this as he states in the movie. He doesn't really do it much, so it kind of makes sense why he runs like that. But it still looks dumb, and I wish they just made him run regularly. But I can put that aside because looking at the character and how he walked and moved and talked, and yeah, it's very Flash-like.
All right.
There are some things he did in the movie that were dumb, but yeah, we'll get there later.
We'll get there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hold up. My frame came on. Turn that frame back off. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't like the way the Flash runs in this movie. He looks weird. It just looks weird, dude. Every time I talk to him, it looks like he's trying to
he
swim.
does look weird.
But all right,
He's like very slide. It's like he's skating.
Yeah.
Ice skating. He looks like Frozone.
Yeah. It was super easy if he just looked like he was just running regular, and I would accept that. But instead he's like, looks like I'm flailing back and forth. But all right, moving on. My most hated character, now that you explained it, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably fucking, huh?
Really, who?
I don't know.
You don't have one.
I don't
See,
have
because
one.
it's hard. Like they're all like solid. They weren't bad characters. There was no unless you talk about like Martian Manhunter, but that's not really fair because
It's not fair.
It's like
2 scenes.
they should have just cut him out.
But
yeah,
2 scenes in the movie, and I get it. But not gonna lie, if Lex was in the movie, it would have been him. But he's not, for real. So I left that alone. Lois Lane, everyone doesn't like this version of Lois Lane at all. Superman, it would be Superman.
Lois Lane's always annoying.
It'd be Superman.
It'd be Superman?
Yeah, because he trivialized the villain in 2 seconds.
Yes, that is so very
He
Superman.
fucking literally trivialized the villain, which was so bad. I was like, what the fuck was the point?
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the first one. I was kind of mad because Wonder Woman can throw hands.
Yeah,
she's no pushover. And then how they gonna have Wonder Woman struggle to fight Steppenwolf by herself, but then Superman comes and taps this man twice. Like Wonder Woman is not a pushover.
Yeah,
she can throw hands. So, especially with the aid of Aquaman, they should have done a little bit more. Especially since those are technically the second and third best fighter on the league, or out of the 7, I should say. Hand-to-hand fighting.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, there's some things we missed. Going to the scene where the Justice League first go in there, they're saving Cyborg's dad. Because that was a big that part came kind of just out of the blue for me.
What?
When Cyborg just suddenly had interest in saving his father. Because I understand why, but it just after all this hate, out of nowhere, you're just like, oh, we have to save him. It was like a switch up out of nowhere.
There
was no gradual build up to it.
His fault. That's where a lot of people was like, it's still a little wonky. It's better, still wonky.
Yeah.
He had to save his father. That's the only person he has left in this world. as his family member, and I got it.
Yeah, but I mean, like his reaction to it, like I feel like if it was me writing it, like his reaction to it was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go now." Based on what he was doing and how he was talking, if it were me and I was writing the cyborg, he would kind of just show up to save him because he doesn't want to show his dad that he actually cares. Because that's what it seemed like he was going off. You know what I'm saying? Like he just didn't want to show his dad he actually cared.
I mean, yeah.
Type shit. Because, of all the times his dad wasn't there and X, Y, and Z.
I mean, I get that.
That's what it just seems like to me. But then you just had him up and just go in and go, "Hey, I gotta save this man." And I understand why anyone would, but like I feel like he would have been a little bit more calm about it. I don't know. That's just I'm nitpicking.
I mean, yeah, you're right, because he would have fucking. He's like, "Yo, Dad, you're not really a thing here. You're just an asshole that gave birth to me and everything." And I understand that. It's just at the end of the little, like he just randomly flipped his switch to save my dad mode, and it was fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was too quick.
It was too quick. But I understand that he's like, "Yo, I need to save Silas to save the world." So I got it, and I get it. And sometimes I understand where characters come from when it comes to that. It was just super fucking confusing when he was just like, "Oh yeah, no, my dad's kidnapped. Let me go save him." And then there was the sewer scene.
So before even we touch on the fight in the sewers, we need to touch on a big thing that we were talking about today, I believe, is like, okay, so you have these people, the Flash and Cyborg, one of which who can fly, and the other one who is the fucking Flash.
Yes.
And we have a scene where they're slowly walking up steps as if nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
And Flash is running past all these people and not. I expected Flash to just and get them outside. But no. He was like, "Hurry up. Any faster. This way, guys." Which is, it shows his character, and it's kind of something like the Flash. Flash is funny. He would do some shit like that. But at the same time, every time you see Flash in anything, and his first priority is not fighting. It's always get everybody, Wally. Okay. Or Barry, whoever. Whichever Flash it is. Okay, I'm going to go save all the civilians first. Get them all out of Dodge. He will literally go through and clear out like a big old mile radius so they can fight whoever it is. That is what the Flash does.
Yeah.
But you just have the scene where they're slowly walking up the stairs like nothing's going on.
Yeah, like Steppenwolf isn't there interrogating people. Speaking of interrogating, let's put a pin on this for a second.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Steppenwolf interrogating some of these people. First things first. Steppenwolf interrogating. Why in the blue shit did he, even ask the question of where is the mother box if he had the thing that tells you where it is from their mind?
Just to be a villain. Okay. Just to be a bad guy.
Where's the mother box? I will never tell you. Ha ha! Put this joint on your head. You told me where the mother box is. You betrayed the world. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. You're completely right, and I completely understand that. That whole sequence is dumb.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you introduce this plot device where he can just get the information if he needs it earlier when he was fighting the Atlantean, and he was like, "I'll never tell you. I'll never betray Atlantis. I'll die." Blah 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 blah. And he put the thing on his head, and it showed the mother box, and that leads to the scene that kind of triggers me. It triggered my brother too, but it triggers me because we had Steppenwolf go down to Atlantis, collect the mother box, or whatever. And Mira was down there, and she was trying to hold him back, and and then Aquaman just randomly shows up. We're just not even we're gonna avoid talking about how, why, when, where. Why he just randomly pulled up. But Aquaman when underwater is very strong.
Yeah.
He's almost, I'm not going to say he's Superman level, but like he gains that type of speed and all that jazz. So when you put Aquaman underwater and he has to fight someone,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be no struggle for him. It kind of should
Yeah.
be like a little bit easy. And I understand. Well, no, technically, because if we go off what they introduced in the Aquaman movie, that same guy that said it's time for you to take up your mother's trident, I forget his name, played by William Dafoe,
Yeah.
he trained Aquaman
Yeah.
secretly. So Aquaman should know how to fight. Even though he doesn't have the trident, he should know a little something, something.
Yeah.
So down there, under the water, in his domain, we're versus Steppenwolf, who clearly just doesn't fight underwater and kind of was struggling. It shouldn't have been as one-sided of a fight as it was.
Yeah, but he Aquaman did throw him around a little bit, especially in the the what's it called in the original one. No, he didn't even touch him for real. In this joint, he kind of beat him up a little bit, and then fucking yeah, it was weird.
Well, I wouldn't even say that's fair because all Aquaman really did was knee him,
yeah,
and push him into the wall.
Yeah, and then someone fucked him up, and yeah, he took the. It was whatever. The only person that did damage in Atlantis, besides the fact that us getting a bunch of Atlantis getting cut in half, was fucking whatever the fuck her name was, and she was getting the water. Yeah, she was getting the water out of his face, and that shit was clearly killing him slow. So he threw her down and almost ended her shit. Then Aquaman came and kneed this nigga, and oops.
Yeah.
And then fucking yeah.
When it comes to DC characters or Atlanteans that are really good with the water manipulation shit, Mira is one of the best, so that made sense.
Yeah, and I'm like, why didn't she start off with that? Instead, when he was swimming for the mother box, she made a hole in the water so he could fall and filled it back up. And I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, which, by the way, was one of the best uses of slow-mo. That shit was tight. I was like, okay, that slow-mo was pretty fucking good. Because they slow-moed him dropping. He was like, oh no, and that good stuff and stuff, and they sped it back up. Fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, but that underwater sequence is 10 times better than the original underwater sequence, which is trash. Also, it makes more sense that they're not really physically talking while they're swimming. They're making noises, and then when they get an air pocket, then they can talk.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was
really
like that. Cool. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's an idea that they should have used going forward for the rest of these goddamn movies. Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. It was pretty badass, and I enjoyed it. What was he talking about again? Steppenwolf, in the water, did all that. Aquaman came out of literal thin air and then caught him. The sewers. Back to the sewers.
Yeah, back to the sewers.
So, first of all, let's bring up the original. I did not like how Batman, how Barry's like, I don't know how to do this. Batman was just like, just go save one person. That's all I'm asking you to do. And he saved one person. I was like, well, what do I do next? Oh, obviously, let's do it again and again and again. I didn't like that because apparently they forgot, or Joss Whedon or whoever edited the movie forgot that if you saw the little preview of Flash, he did the exact thing, which was save a person. And he beat Boomerang, which is saving multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
So, what? Okay. Moving on from that. I like how the new one, how that's not the case. He was down there fighting. He was down there showing what he could do, but I don't understand what happened with Wonder Woman's sword where he pushed it and then trips. I was more confused on how he did that.
So that was just one of those joke moments. So He pushed the sword, and before in the scene before when they were preparing or whatever,
Yeah.
I think he was talking to. Was he talking to Cyborg? He said something about Wonder Woman. I guess I don't know. He's been making jokes up until that point about Wonder Woman and how she's beautiful and she's cute. Blah 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 blah. So he looked at her because he was like, "Oh, I did something wrong," and he wasn't paying attention and tripped and fell.
Yeah. Which the joke later in the movie, he's like, "Hey, you think she'd go for younger guys?" And Cyborg was like, "She's over 5,000 years old. Every guy's a younger guy." I was like, all right, this grave digging scene, which did not need to be fucking cut from the fucking movie, was actually pretty good scene because it actually was a good team builder because of whatever. Now, moving back to the sewer scene. Now, the sewer scene, again, it was a lot better. There were a lot more kills. Batman was struggling like he should be against these damn parademons. He was struggling, of course. I get it.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly what he was doing in the movie is exactly how Batman normally fights the parademons. Run away, blows him up, run away.
Yeah, struggling.
Grappling her.
Yeah, struggling. And I get it. And I was not complaining about Batman struggling. The part I started complaining about is when he had to get the fucking walker, and I was like, oh, that was in the original cut. That walker is so dumb. Right? And I was like, what is this walker gonna do? And it was just killing the parademons, and then Cyborg taking over it was pretty funny. When Alfred was like, and you are okay, cool.
I think Alfred, by the way, was pretty good.
Jeremy Irons is a great and fantastic actor. You don't gotta tell me twice, Chief.
He was pretty good, Alfred.
Yeah, he's a fantastic Alfred.
Alfred's supposed to be exactly how you saw him in this movie. He's supposed to be funny, witty, so I like it.
Yes, great, right? And then we go to Mr. Wildfang's moment of the dialogue don't match what's happening on my screen. When Steppenwolf and Wonder Woman were fighting, and the parademons was about to jump her, he says, "No, she's mine." And then she proceeds to say, "I am no one's." It kind of made me go, who wrote this? Do you have a conscience? Do you understand what you just wrote and how stupid it is? Because I'm pretty sure she knew what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, they had to put a little jokey joke in there.
That wasn't a joke because she was dead ass.
Yeah, but it was,
Yeah, no.
Woman power.
Fuck that. She knew that he was not talking about no fucking.
Listen,
your mind.
Wonder Woman was on his Wonder Woman was on her city girl shit, bro. Okay, hot girl summer.
Yeah, okay. That line was shit, and the movie knows that line was shit. Because even I was just like, you are aware he's not talking about you as in he owns you. He's talking about you as in he's gonna beat your ass. Are you serious right now? And when she was just like, I am no one's, and I was like, kiss my ass. You like kiss it sideways, you dumb motherfucker. But right? Yeah, like okay, you can bypass that. You can bypass it too, right? Yeah. My main thing was, why in the fuck was she not beating his ass? Something fierce. Why was it even a struggle for her?
Steppenwolf?
Yes.
Okay, so how do I put this? Wonder Woman. Steppenwolf is no pushover.
Yeah.
I think regularly she could fight Steppenwolf. But in the DCEU, the scaling is like Wonder Woman's half of Superman's powers.
Okay. All right.
So they essentially they bitched her.
Yeah. So let's move on. Right. let's move
Which
on.
I don't know if you knew this, Wild Fang, but
Yes.
Wonder Woman is she's one of my favorites. I like Wonder Woman because she
Is
can throw hands.
no,
So
she's so gay.
yeah,
Anywho, Wonder Woman is the only person that literally, and not joking, during the Batman Who Laughs, aka the best Batman in the world, arc to kill him. You know how she did this? She outsmarted him with an invisible chainsaw. Then, using the Galactic Cauldron, or some type of cauldron, I forgot the name of it, combined with the lasso and became Golden Wonder Woman and became a goddess among men. So, I understand why you like her, and I understand her potential and how strong she truly is. So, when in the movie, when Steppenwolf was bitching her around, I was thoroughly confused and annoyed. When I know for a fact that's not how it would go with Wonder Woman in any of the comics. She'd be like, motherfucker, huzzah, time to throw thine hands.
yeah, Wonder Woman don't play.
Yeah. So let's pause it here from the sewer scene, now that we got to the end of the sewer scene, and go back to the flashback.
Which
First things
flashback are we
first.
talking?
Oh, no.
The Dark Side flashback?
The Dark Side flashback. First things
All
first.
right, all
I
right.
want to talk about the first part of this stupid flashback. First things first. There is no fucking possible way Wonder Woman could have been able to tell that whole story from a mirror. I am sorry.
Yes. So either these ancient ass Amazons was scribbling the mess out of them cave walls,
And they're the most detailed scribblings in history.
or Wonder Woman was like, "Hey, bruh, there's a big man there. I see Aquaman type Atlantis people and all this," and she just assumed that's what happened. And that's more likely.
Okay. Again, we have to go on the word of the movie, and the movie didn't
Which is what
explain
we're gonna
shit.
do.
Yeah.
Another very likely thing is, Wonder Woman and the Amazons, they tell tales all the time. So Wonder Woman just has a lot of folklore in her head that she doesn't think is real. And this could be one. However, in the movie, what we get is Wonder Woman pulling up to the cave after the arrow of Artemis is shot to warn her. And she's looking at the cave scribblings, and she peeks, she looks up, and she sees a dark side. And she's like, "Oh, what is that?" And then we get a fade to black. Next scene.
Thank you. And what is the number one rule on this podcast when we do movie reviews?
You can't put words in the movie's mouth.
Thank
man.
you.
Just
You
be
can't.
assuming.
You can't. Because we didn't write the movie, but the movie didn't explain this. So, either Wonder Woman, other they told stories of this, in which the movie never explains this, or I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Whatever. This, you know what a good explanation is? Those are the most fucking detailed cave drawings in the history of human beings.
Yeah.
So, besides
Cave drawings come to life.
yeah, bro, that makes more sense. Those cave drawings were so fucking detailed and detail oriented that every detail is all right.
Now, during that flashback, before we get to I know what you really want to talk about. I just want to ask you, how did you like the look of the Green Lantern?
They looked fucking amazing. Even the one from the movie came there. Kilowog was there. I was like, oh shit. And then one of them died. I was like, oh
Kilowog?
shit. Was it Kilowog? Am I tripping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
He's the one that they showed that was dead.
Oh.
In the flashback, that's some ancient Green Lantern that we don't even,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, I like the fact that they showed off Green Lanterns and they showed off, all this stuff and then they show you a bunch of stuff. I like it. It makes sense. Um,
Now we should get to the problem of the flashback.
hold up.
The plot hole, I should say.
We'll get there. I liked a bunch of the fight scenes. I like the fact that Darkseid was a threat. I don't like, let's start with the problems, how Darkseid barely threw any punches out there. So it barely showed his dominance. And what the fuck are the Omega Beams? Why no Omega Beams?
Omega Beam.
What were the Omega Beams, my chief?
I mean, because the Omega Beams are OC. That man can literally delete you out of existence with an Omega Beam if he really wanted to.
Okay.
Which,
Okay.
I guess Snyder just wanted to stick with the theme of axes to keep it relevant to Steppenwolf.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Steppenwolf is his uncle.
You said what? Say again?
Steppenwolf is his uncle.
Yeah.
So, what were they proving?
One. I could have swore Steppenwolf is his son.
No, that ugly thing is his son. Steppenwolf is his fucking. It's his Steppenwolf
I think
is
you're
uncle.
right. I think I'm mixing them up.
Yeah,
I think I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, he is Darkseid's uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uncle. He's his fucking uncle, right? And you're like, okay, this is his fucking uncle, right? You're like, okay. Did they have to stick with the axe theme and not have this man just Omega Beam half the crowd? And then we see Darkseid. No, moving back, we see Darkseid. First thing he does, he hops off the ship and lands. And you see a bunch of strange markings on the ground. And you're like, huh, wonder what that is. And then the mother boxes come. And you're like, huh, where did the mother boxes come from? Okay, cool. Alright. Then later in the movie, you see Steppenwolf randomly on the field for some fucking reason. It's here. Mm-hmm. It has to be here. I'm like, the mother box? What the fuck are you doing out here? Then he slams the ground.
So, what to explain what happened there?
Yeah.
He touched the mother box after he got the second one, and it showed him the anti-life equation. It showed him what happened way back when.
Oh,
showed him that flashback.
Okay. Then he slams the ground, and that same symbol. Now, for those of you wondering what the fuck that symbol was, it's the anti-life equation. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm like, okay, it's the anti-life equation. I get it. I understand. My question is, and I know you know the answer to this, Galactic. What did he say after he found it to what's his name in Darkseid? What did he say specifically?
Well, after being rejected to talk to Darkseid the entire movie, he finally calls up Desaad or whatever his name is.
Desaad.
And he's like, "Hey, yo, I found the anti-life equation." And he's like, "Oh, word!" And he starts doing his little hum dance. Mm-hmm. And then he gets Darkseid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he tells Darkseid, yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, I don't know if you noticed. Did Darkseid not find out already?
Now, for people who are confused, let's recap of what we just said. In the past, Darkseid came to Earth and was stopped by the Defenders of Earth.
Everybody, pretty much.
The Amazons, the men, the Atlanteans, the Green Lantern, Zeus was there. They all stopped Darkseid. During his first invasion, he finds the anti-life equation. What that is this. It's this very powerful thing that if Darkseid gets it, he can fuck everyone up. It's Essentially, kind of like the Infinity Stones, but that's a stretch.
Yeah, a little bit too
Darkseid,
much of a
after
stretch.
losing, after losing, Darkseid leaves the planet, and the mother boxes get separated amongst the people on Earth, and they hide them. In this movie, when Steppenwolf comes back, he gets 2 of the 3 mother boxes because the parademons can smell them or whatever. And once he gets the second one, he touches it, and it shows him what happened way back when. And he finds the anti-life equation. And he calls up Darkseid, and he's like, I found the anti-life equation. Now here's the problem. If Darkseid has already been here, and it's the only planet in existence he's lost at, why is he just now like, oh, you found the anti-life equation? Why is he surprised?
Thank you.
When he's told that the anti-life equation is here. That is the issue.
Yeah, which was confusing because it's like, you were there. It was, you were the one that found it first. We witnessed you. What are you talking about? I was just like, what are you talking about? You was the one who, huh? I was like, didn't you find it first, Darkseid? I'm pretty sure you found it first. And then every time I bring it up, he didn't forget. Yes, he did, because Darkseid, if you recall, he jumped off the ship, slammed the ground. You saw that same thing. Steppenwolf goes into a field, slam it. You see that same symbol, and he goes, "I found the anti-life equation." And it made me, as soon as he said that, I was like, wait, what? I found the anti-life equation? You mean I've activated the anti-life equation for you, my lord, or something else, or just pretended like, or they could have just had Darkseid not slam the ground and make the anti-life equation. Instead, he fucking found the anti-life equation, and yeah, which made 0 sense at all. So, not only did Darkseid forget that he lost on a planet thousands of years ago, he forgot that he left the mother boxes there, and he forgot that he found the anti-life equation, which in my terms was pretty dumb. Galactic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. That's exactly what yep.
Yeah. So he forgot. And one person said, I bet you don't remember what you ate for breakfast last week. I was like, yeah, a bowl of cereal. Because my wife keeps giving me bowls of cereal. So yes, I know what I forgot, what I ate for breakfast. But if I've been looking for something for years, I don't know. Say Terrell. Oops. Say Galactic. I was looking for my PlayStation 5. A coveted PlayStation 5. And I knew what retailers sold it. Or had one. GameStop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and like a year passed, and you was like, I found a PlayStation 5 at GameStop. Ha-ha. And I'm surprised. But I told you the information. Would you think I'm a dumbass at some point?
Yes.
Thought so. Like, this man can't be serious. When I look at the screen, I'm like, you can't be serious, Darkseid. You're the one who found the goddamn anti-life equation first. You should be telling everybody, whatever, bro. It just made Darkseid look a little dumb, just a tinge dumb. Then we move on back to the. Oh, quick question. Did Steppenwolf visit City Hall to get the schematics of the Dead Underground Sewer, man?
Nah, man. He just
So he just grabbed a missile and automatically looked at the spot, measured it, put on his glasses, and was like, hold up a second. Drew measured the part with a pencil, freaking calculated in his head, kind of like Sherlock Holmes, and then released the missile on that exact spot. Is that really what he just did?
Yeah.
So this man grabs the fucking missile and goes, there, boom. I was like, How the fuck do you even know about this shit? But then somebody told me he's been conquering thousands of planets. They live on a castle. I'm like, he hasn't been home in ages, obviously, because he wants to go home. He has to conquer 30,000 planets to get back on the good graces of the dark side. But there's no possible way Steppenwolf knows structural damages like this on the human scale, to the point where I'm looking at the screen like, this is maybe a small nitpick, but since when did he do that? When did he know that? I didn't think Steppenwolf was that strong and smart. Then I was like, oh, he is a tactician. Yes, he's the general. But no. Why didn't he just throw the missile back or something? Instead, he goes, this spot here. Boom. Fuck you, Steppenwolf. So I was like, huh? That's neither here nor there. That's just a small nitpick. I'm not putting it against the movie. I was just very fucking confused and had to get that out on why this man knew structural damages and shit. Like, fuck you, dog. What's the next scene in the movie?
I mean, we're just not even going in order at this point.
I don't even care. What next thing you would talk about?
We can go to the
Hey, hold up.
The fight scene.
Hold up. I actually want to bring up something.
Okay.
When Batman walked into the joint with Alfred and everybody said, "Everyone, this is Alfred." Is that the first time Alfred met all of them?
Yes.
No, it is not. Alfred actually already met Diana twice now in the movie. And I know for a fact he already met Barry. I mean, not Barry. Yeah, he already met Barry, man.
Well, everyone is. It doesn't mean literally everyone. It means everyone who doesn't know Alfred, technically.
And they're all like, "Hello, hello," and Barry's like, "Hello." Whatever, bro. Fuck it. Yeah, but what scene do you want to talk about next? Because again, we don't want to be here for the rest of our lives, because this is going to be a 4-hour podcast and we talk about every scene back to back, man.
I was gonna say you should see the scene where they fight. The fighting scene.
The final fight?
At the end.
Oh,
the ending fighting scene.
We gotta talk about the Superman scene first. When they brought this man back. First things first. Yeah, first things first. I like the fact that he still doesn't remember. I still don't like the fact that Superman is just bitching Wonder Woman. I hate that shit.
Yeah, because, okay, if we were to take a list of heroes that could actually, if Superman were to turn evil right the fuck now, would give him an issue, number 1 would be Wonder Woman, and then number 2 would be Shazam.
Yes. No fucking possible way. No possible way is he just gonna bitch Wonder Woman. And I was looking at the screen like, no. Just no. The same woman that in the fucking same event, an evil Superman came and she mollywopped his bitch ass to oblivion. The same woman did this. No fucking way.
Yeah. Wonder Woman is not a joke. So, for you casual people, Wonder Woman is in DC the daughter of Zeus.
Yeah.
The same Zeus that claps Superman's cheeks in Injustice with ease. Zeus is like one of the... He's equivalent to anyone who's seen the Marvel movie. He's equivalent to Odin in the DC universe. So you have essentially Thor. And Thor's no pushover either. So... I'm picking someone on my team to fight Wonder Woman, Superman. I'm picking Wonder Woman and Batman together. That's all you need.
That's all you would need, and I get it. You're like, okay, fine, facts, information. I get it. Cool. I still don't like that part, but other than that, I like the fact that everything was going smoothly and they had to fight him. Everything was relatively the same except the fact that I was super happy that Superman did not grab Batman and say, "What was that now? Do you bleed?" And I was like, okay, how would you, if you remember that, how do you not remember that everyone here is your ally?
Well,
Which the Snyder cut fixed. But what were you saying?
It did fix it, but I'm saying if you spin it, the line where he's like, "You wouldn't let me die, now you want me," blah 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 blah. That kind of works in the sense that technically, when you look at it, the only person that he knew on the field was Batman. He didn't even know that. Like, Wonder Woman just showed up in Batman v Superman. She literally just pulled up. It was like, "Hey," and they were like, "Do you know who that is?"
Oh, is she with you? I thought she was with you.
Yeah, they were both very confused.
Yes, and I got it, and I get it, right? I got that part, but I'm glad this one fixed the scene by not having it, and just having this man wail on these goddamn team members. In which my favorite part of that scene is one when he blasted the cop car, and the fucking Cyborg saved him. Was like, "Yeah, you should get out of here." Fine, they finally added something to get him out. 2. When Flash is running at him, and he looked at him and started chasing him while the Flash is moving in high speeds, which was pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Still cool to me. That
very
was even
plausible.
Yeah, that shit was
very plausible.
Yeah, that shit was still good to me in the original. But my only problem is it kind of takes away from the Flash's one thing. 2 people. It's still the movie. In the movie, I still think Flash's speed is invalid by Wonder Woman and Superman. I still think that. But, right? I like that scene. And 3, I like the fact that the joke with when he was running after, when he ran into Superman, grabbed him, and Superman tripped him into Aquaman. I like that scene. And then at the very end, Aquaman just pointed at this man. And he said, "I am so sorry." I was like, humor. I like it. Humor can break up the monotony. That was
that's my biggest problem with the Joss Whedon. He's just trying to do the Avengers humor.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember the lasso around Aquaman, he's like, "Oh, I like the pretty lady." No.
Okay, look.
DC's humor is more so like what you just saw.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. The lasso scene, I actually like the scene.
That was funny, but that's just not something that would happen.
I know, and I get it. I kind of do wish they had the scene though. I wouldn't have complained about it if that scene was actually in the Snyder Cut. There's a reason why, because it actually kind of put some story onto Aquaman. Well, he was like, "I'm scared, I don't know if you're the good guy or a bad guy. You're very pretty, blah 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 blah." And then he saw the rope, and he was like, "Ugh. Not a word." I get it. I understand. It kind of brings that type of humor I was fine with. The other humor, if she tries to kill you, we'll cover for you, right? That shit was bad. That was bad. There were certain types of humors that works. That one, it worked. With the lasso, to me, it worked. But because it wasn't in the movie, I wasn't complaining about the lasso scene, not being in the movie. But yeah, that type of humor, you're right. It fits DC a little bit more when it comes to. We just pointed at him. He's like, "I am so sorry." I get it. Cool. That shit was pretty funny though. I mean, all he did was point, like, "Dude, I'm gonna kick your ass like in a minute." That's how you pointed at him. Like, "Bro, I'm about to fuck your life up."
Mm.
But like I was saying, that the scene was excellent overall until Lois came, and I was like, ugh. Yay, let's go to the fucking farm. Yay, and then we spent 3 goddamn scenes on the farm. Yay. By the way, it's a foreclosed farm, so it's illegal for him to be there.
Who gonna pull up on Superman and tell him to hop out?
I'd roll up and be like, sir, you can't be here. I know that even though I can't do anything and you'll murder me easily, but you can't be here, sir. Okay, but yeah, regardless, I have a question for you. Did we need a slow motion walk to see all this man's suits?
No.
Thank you. Just asking. That was another scene where I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Please stop. Huh?
Don't worry about it. I was reading something.
Yeah. All right. And I was like, okay, cool. Moving on. The final fight. Batman tried to get himself killed just to get everybody there. So, I also have another question for you. Galactic, if you indulge me for a second. Is Aquaman a ninja?
Explain what you mean.
How did he end up on the back of that man's Batmobile?
When
he was driving in the final fight? Or am I tripping?
If I remember properly, after being dropped out of the sky, he landed next to the Batmobile. Well, no, the Batmobile drove past him. But then he was, like, moving along and fighting.
You don't even know the answer how he ended up on top of it, saved his life.
He just randomly ended up on top of it off screen.
Okay, yeah, cool. Alright. Aquaman's now a ninja. Fuck Katana in in that world. Aquaman. Shadow no Aquaman jutsu. Anywho. So the fight's going relatively better than the original. It's not all bright and yellow like the original, which was shit color grading because you can clearly tell that they were in front of a fucking green screen. So I like the fact that they did this in the color grading they were supposed to. I also like the fact that Superman's suit was black. It actually fit everything better instead of his original outfit. But if there was one thing I did like in the original, it was Superman being cocky and picking up the whole apartment building versus the Flash and rolling those trucker people. That was pretty fun. But I get why those were taken the fuck out because they realistically didn't make any sense. Barry running around. Wait. Which one? Barry running around, getting enough energy made more sense. It was great. It actually brought a more urgency to the scene. And them going inside and fighting Steppenwolf was actually pretty cool, you know? Fighting Steppenwolf, they were going back and forth with this dude. He was fucking him up. They were fucking him up. Dude, it was a fight. And the synchronicity, mind you, what bugged me was how Cyborg literally stood at the box, tried to separate him, or was waiting for Barry, and this man Steppenwolf just walked casually, not even with haste, casually walks up to Cyborg, picks this man up, and Cyborg starts beating his face in with the goddamn other arms that's not doing shit. I'm looking at the screen like, Cyborg, if it didn't work against Superman, why would it work against Steppenwolf? What are you doing?
Dude, that is something they always do to Cyborg, and no matter what movie he's in or whatever context, he always just gets fucked up and later.
But the fact that this man Steppenwolf made a cup of coffee, then he went to go walk his dogs, then he went to go raise a family, came back and was still able to pick up Cyborg and fucking just like throw him like, my dude, you couldn't have did that with more urgency. You just walked to him casually and picked him up. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh Lord, like you came at him so casual, like it was so funny. It was pretty cool. What was I about to say? Yeah, other than that, the scene was great. I like the fact that they failed. You know, they failed, and you saw Darkseid's portal open. They failed, and Barry had to run. He shook out of the fucking time and started running backwards to get time to go backwards. And I was like, oh shit, it makes complete sense. And then he touched them after he ran back in time, and he was getting into the mother boxes. Now my problem is the mother boxes was like, we can fix this. We can fix your family. I was like, if I was Victor, I would have like, this is not believable in the slightest, right? Like, not even at all. But that was some creepy shit at the mother boxes.
So, the meme that goes, "Naughty, naughty, you teasing me." That's exactly what Zack Snyder did. Because my ass was like, Flash. If it was me writing, and I got a second chance to do this movie, and I get to refilm, I would have made this shit Flashpoint. I would have made it so DC had to put me back. I would have been like, oh, Flashpoint. And then after that point, he runs back. It's just like, oh, snap, Barry, he messed up. And then next thing you know, you see Robert Pattinson's Batman. Everything is fixed. That's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah, and again, I get it and I understand. I like the fact that, after the mother boxes was there, he had to separate it. And then Steppenwolf casually walks back up to Cyborg and says whatever he says and tries to hit him with the axe. And then Superman came out of thin air, gets hit with the axe, and says, I'm not impressed. Yeah, I knew that. I already know that. You don't even have to already do that, right? Fucking says, I'm not impressed, blows on this motherfucker's axe, shatters it, and then proceeds to holy mother God this man Steppenwolf. Okay? What in the blue shit? That beatdown was so much worse than when PS2 Wolf was getting his ass whipped. And I was looking at the screen, I was like, yo, PS2 Wolf, what is happening right now? You were such a threat the whole movie. And you made Steppenwolf look so much like a bitch when Superman came back. He made fucking Superman. I hate that fucking part of the movie. It's like, yo, why couldn't you at least give Superman some go? You just got bitched to the point where Superman mounted you and grounded pounded you to your armor.
Wayne, are you good?
Huh?
My brother just stumbled up the stairs like a crackhead.
Okay. Yeah, like he ground and pounded this man to the point where this armor fell off. And I was like, okay. Now I'm going to pause right here. Right? Do you remember in the original version how Steppenwolf got defeated? PS2 Wolf.
No.
If you can recall, once his axe got broken, you heard you smell that? Fear. And then the parademons attacked him, and then he fell through a portal. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, that was fucking dumb. Not only did that scene not make any sense on Aquaman's perspective, because no one told him that this fear that they sense. No one told him at all. So how does he even know about that? Second of all, it was just bad. This movie, I am super happy that they actually beat Steppenwolf. And he didn't just get chomped on by a bunch of parademons that he's clearly stronger than them. And yeah, once he saw the secret and he fuck up, he got mad. Fucking, he got hit into the fucking portal. Wonder Woman fatality'd him, and he died. And then Darkseid stomped his head. And Darkseid was like, I knew fucking what's his name would fail. You know? And mind you, the thing that had me fucked up was the fact that Darkseid and Superman was staring at each other for a good 10 minutes. You know what I was expecting to happen? And I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what would have made me fucking flip my shit? That nigga Darkseid jumped through the portal and started wrecking. And I would have said 4 hours justified. I'm not gonna lie. I would have said 4 hours justified.
Darkseid was like, nah.
No. What if it was like a small wreck, son? Like a small mini wreck, and they started fighting in there? What would you have said to that? Not a full on brawl. Like he
I
just came to
would've
test their powers, dog. Test their strength.
I would have said Zack Snyder is now the head of the table.
Yeah, it would have been cool if he just hopped in there real quick, tested their strength, hop back out, said, Kryptonian's back. All right. Prepare to fleet. If you want, fine, I'll do it myself. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I do like the fact that it actually alluded to more Darkseid in this movie. And I like the fact that we got to see Darkseid a little more. I also like the fact that, Darkseid just had his hands behind his back like normal. Or just stood there like normal. And let his peons do the job he wants them to do. I like the fact that he had that presence of, oh my God, he's so powerful. Right? And, he's gonna, like, it set up so many movies. It's not even funny. Like,
yeah, it set up everything.
Yeah. It set up all of the fucking movies. And I'm a little annoyed that we're not gonna get all that shit. Because Zack Snyder's not in charge no more. And I really hope next time they put the hands of the universe in somebody competent enough to create a whole fucking universe. And do it in a set plan and not rush it. As I was telling your other brother, we should not be looking at Justice League or Batman vs Superman right now. We should be looking at another movie, and then Justice League. Batman vs Superman should have been like the movie when you saw Superman for a third time, and the second movie where you saw Batman, and probably the first movie.
Well, I think so. I have proposed a timeline myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what they should have done, I think Batman v Superman, the way to fix that whole scenario and have it be somewhat okay is if you get rid of Lex Luthor in general and just have Darkseid be, or not Darkseid, Doomsday be what he originally was, a test from Darkseid, and have him fall from the sky, and then the three should be fighting him like we saw. However, before we got Batman v Superman, we should have got a solo Batman movie and a solo Wonder Woman movie. That way, when Batman v Superman comes in, and they're scrapping and they're fighting, and then they have to team up to fight Doomsday in the movie, it makes sense that we have all three of these people on the screen. And then, after they beat Doomsday, the next level threat, Steppenwolf. Send in Steppenwolf, Justice League.
I actually like the fact that Steppenwolf was banished, though. So, I mean,
he's still banished, but it would be like, he's banished, but he still does bidding of Darkseid, right? So Darkseid could have easily been like, "Hey, I need you to go to Earth. I have to test them." He's not telling him it's a test, but go to Earth and conquer it for me, and see if they can beat him. They beat Steppenwolf, and then we do some more solo films. Boom, Justice League 2. Darkseid comes in. He claps everyone's cheeks. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then, more solo films. Maybe a new age of heroes. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Darkseid. Whatever you want to do. Flashpoint after that. I don't care. Yeah. But if you had done the timeline like that, it would have made sense. It would have worked.
Yeah. And moving on.
That's not what we got.
Yeah, we got Batman vs Superman, then Justice League. Like, what are you doing, Zach? Why didn't you take that slow? That's why none of your movies even beat a Marvel movie. None of them beat a Marvel movie. Not a single one. Fucking hell.
Well, that's not fair.
Name one.
That is not fair.
Captain
Marvel.
What?
Captain Marvel. They beat Captain Marvel.
Which movie beat Captain Marvel?
I would rather watch this new Snyder Cut than Captain Marvel.
I'm not saying in terms of it being a good movie. I'm talking about in terms of like box office and success. And yes, I think fucking Captain Marvel is a shitty movie. It is a shitty movie.
I think the only one that did Marvel movie numbers was Aquaman and the first Wonder Woman in the box office.
Yeah, and Shazam, I think. I don't know.
And Shazam, yeah.
Yeah, but
yes, the three of those did well.
But regardless, this DCEU to me died. And it's dead now. And I don't really care about it no more. So, at the end of the day, Zack Snyder was talking shit when Batman vs Superman came out versus Captain America: Civil War, and guess which movie won at the end of the day?
I personally 100% think that they should just move forward with the next movie being Flashpoint and reset everything.
Exactly, they should, but we'll see what happens, what they do. But now I want to get to that ending scene with an S, a hard S. First of all, the dream sequence. I liked the fact that the Joker and Batman interacted in this movie. I like it. I wasn't opposed
Shut a
to
lot
it.
of people that hate Jared Leto up.
You said what?
Shut a lot of people that hate Jared Leto's Joker up.
Yeah, because it actually he was an asshole. I didn't care that his cackle was a little weird. His cackle was never like perfect. There are only two Jokers that had a perfect Joker laugh, and that's fucking Mark Hamill and what's his name? Heath Ledger. Right? You're like, okay, they had fantastic Joker laughs, but at the end of the day, you know, do you on your own Joker? You know, do your own shit, and he has a cackle, and it's a pretty okay cackle. I like the fact that they got rid of that stupid fucking damage tattoo. That shit was trash. Like, no. I didn't say anything about the tattoos on his hands or any other tattoos, but the cackle, the damage tattoo, I hated that shit. And the reason why they said that he had the damage tattoo was even dumber. He was like, Batman damaged him. So he was like, Batman said, you damaged my beautiful face. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Batman has hit this nigga 1,000,001 fucking times, and he did not care. I've even heard our cousin say he didn't like the grill. I'm like, the grill was alright. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't care about the grill. I only cared about the fact that, you know, he looked really dumb with that damn tattoo, that damage tattoo, and the fact that he was barely in the movie he was supposed to be in because it cut it like shit. Why would you get a trailer house, the place that cuts trailers, to cut a fucking movie? Why would you do that? I don't know. But yeah, I like the interaction. I like the fact that what they were alluding to was Injustice storyline. I don't like the third movie idea that they were going to have, which was stupid. But yeah. What are your thoughts on the dream sequence?
The dream sequence was fine. I don't think we necessarily needed to have it. And if we did have what I think should have happened, I mean, that Joker interaction was cool and all, but Darkseid should have showed up, or Evil Superman should have showed up, and then we should have had Flash run back in time. Just to close up that little Batman v Superman blunder where people were like, what the fuck is this?
You're right.
That would have been pretty cool.
What are you talking about? Yeah. So they never fixed that shit. That was annoying. What else? Yeah, other than that, and then when Superman came out of literal nowhere, because they found him, it was, yeah. It was pretty, like I said, the Suicide Sequence was okay. It's just, I didn't particularly think it was a necessary need for it at this point, because we're not getting a universe. And then, of course, Batman, woke up, and a Martian Manhunter said, yo, I'm here now. And I'm like, okay, I want to talk about him for a second. So the Martian Manhunter was the general dude the whole time, right? So why in the blue shit did he not help during the Man of Steel incident?
Finally did work. Hello?
Yeah, why didn't he help during the Man of Steel incident?
Sir?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you started lagging.
I said, why didn't he help during the Man of Steel incident?
Why didn't he help? I mean, don't worry about all that.
Okay, cool. During the Batman vs Superman incident, why didn't he help?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Sir?
Yeah.
You're lagging something fierce.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? Can you hear me again? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You're fine now.
Okay, why didn't he help during the BVS situation? Batman vs. Doomsday.
I said don't worry about it, man.
Okay, I already asked you why didn't he help with Zod. Okay, cool. Why didn't he help when Steppenwolf was about to blow up the fucking planet?
Listen, he just on the planet chilling. He didn't think it was any of his business. He was just minding his own business.
So he joined the United States Army for the world not to be his fucking business?
Yeah, man. He just didn't want to reveal himself. He's an alien. He didn't know how people would react.
Oh, yeah, you're... What?
Yeah, man.
Shut up.
How are you gonna...
Shut up. Shut the fuck. He, besides Superman, is the most hated person for me in this fucking movie. Okay? He is the very reason I said the very second he introduced himself on the steps and said, You're wrong, Lois Lane, we need you. Even though this is the same dude who can go invisible and do a bunch of shit, who could have helped Lois Lane in her investigations, who could have helped Lois Lane multiple times, who could have stopped, what's his name, from fucking throwing Lois off the building to getting Batman vs. Superman to fight. The very same person who could have helped evacuate Smallville, the very same person who could have helped out during the Doomsday incident, the very same person who could have helped out during the Justice League incident, was just the guy who was a general in the army. Like, I'm gonna do it the proper primer way instead of just, I don't know, doing a... I don't care anymore, bro. Do you have any final thoughts on the movie before we wrap up?
All in all, it was a pretty good movie. It had its flaws. It should have been cut in some places. However, if you're one of those ones that are hating on the movie, talking about that's my best friend, jump off a cliff, because this movie was pretty damn good. And it deserves its credit. However,
I'm not gonna say if somebody says they hate it, I'm not gonna fucking... I understand why somebody still hates it. It's essentially still the same movie.
But however, it's clearly better.
It's better,
and
yes.
No one can deny that this is what we had got back in 2017.
They could have improved upon it, yes.
They would have been like, okay. That's all we would have heard from people. Okay, fine, DC. But no.
Again,
we had to have unfortunate circumstances with Zack Snyder's family, and that just was a domino effect. And look at where we are now.
Yeah, the DCEU is dead. But what would you grade the movie, sir?
In my honest opinion, it gets anywhere from a 7.5 to an 8. No higher, no lower.
All right. For me, as I said, the movie, don't get me wrong, is 110% times better than the original cut of the movie. I actually still have flaws with the movie. And essentially, the movie is the same, except for some added context here or there. So... And for the people saying it's still a bad movie, if you didn't like the first one, especially story-wise, you're not going to like this one. I honestly am going to say, for me, it's a 7. You're right. It doesn't get lower because of the nonsense. It's actually, it will not change for me from a 7. It gets a 7, while the original was like a 4. So, that's a high jump for me. Anything else you want to say, or are you done?
Nope. I'm
right.
Good. I have all of my pieces out.
Yeah, same here, man. That is going to conclude this review. We got a 7 and an 8, or 7.5 to 8, and an 8, 7 from me. I will get the review scores from other people. I got to recollect those review scores because I lost all of them, so I can average out the reviews for the DCEU. Then I also got to get the Marvel versions. But for right now, all I can say is, you guys have a good one. We will get the wrestling and the gaming podcast done at some point. And y'all have a good one.